Well, hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going on a little bit of an adventure. This is the first time I would have been up the Napier Taihape Road since Cyclone Gabrielle came through. The road's been open for a week or so now, and Gabrielle was probably a month or so ago. What I'm going to do is get up to Everetts Ford campsite. It's up off Whiteford Road just before the Mohaka River. So come along for the ride. Okay, so now we're coming up to the turn-off. We've gone through Bayview, coming up to the turn-off on Highway 5, which is the highway between Napier and Taupo. I know the road ahead is closed. There's still a lot of work being done up through there, and will be for some time. Well, the railway line over there is absolutely munted. And these guys have got one heck of a job going on through here. Thanks, brother. Oh dear, look at that. It's like a camper van over there, upside down. It won't be going anywhere. Look at the rail lines. Wow. Gives you an appreciation now, and this is weeks afterwards, of the amount of work that the cleanup people have done. You can see how far up the orchard, up there's trees, that the debris went, and that's just the stuff that got hooked up when it was coming on its way down. Man alive. Friends of mine used to own that store, lived in the house next door. Wow. That's the gas station that Heather and I pulled into on our last trip, and here's the iconic church. You've seen this on a few of my videos. This gives you an idea of the depth of the silt that came down. It's probably a good time to point out that, look at the size of those, the depth of that silt. It's probably a good time to point out that we don't have smell-a-thon on these vlogs, because it's not particularly pleasant. The first of the lights. I read an article today that the police were very disappointed with the amount of tickets that they'd given out. And it made me think a little bit, because in conditions like this, in a road they've been trying to push through, very temporary, trying to get something going that people would be bloody idiots. Can't understand the thinking, because all they've got to do is wreck it, and here's it gone again. A main road north. So if it's 30 k's, it's 30 k's, for goodness sake. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out that if you're going to rip up and tear up and down the roads, both safety to other people on board, or say on the road themselves, and for ripping up the surface of the road that these people have spent so much time and effort into trying to get for us, then my opinion of you lot is give yourselves a bloody good uppercut. The rail bridge over there is not too flash, but at least I just can't get over the job these people have done. Fantastic. Wow, back up to 80 again. We must be clearing up out of the Esk Valley. We'll see what's ahead of us. I know Tipahui wasn't looking that good from the reports I've heard, but we'll see where we get to. And there's like a juxtaposition, isn't it? From what we've just been through, and then to get this beautiful stuff. The guys are on the side here still clearing and sorting stuff out. Give them a big wave. But that's beautiful. Wow. Big washout here. You can see where it's all come through. Look at all that. Golly. There's a few lads coming through. How you doing?
Hey, mate.
Yeah, good buddy. Bit different.
Where are you heading?
Oh, I'm just going up to Waikato Road. Yeah, where you ride through to?
Jumbo.
Okay, cool.
See you up the road, eh?
See you, bro. Right over the top of the city of Kura. Heading down now into the Mohaka Valley. Well, we will be very shortly. And that's where we turn off into Waikato Road. There's a lot more infrastructure built in here since the last time we were through. .30 k's and the flashing orange light, which means give way. And that would be right because we're on the downhill. Man, there's a big dip out of there. But yeah, we're on the downhill, so we give way to the uphill traffic. Okay, so this is Waikato Road, just on our right hand side here. And we're about a kilometre, I suppose, from the Mohaka Bridge. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, road closed. Well, that answers that. I wondered if it would have been or not. Right. What to do? Be back to you shortly. Okay, we stayed up at the road end for a little while, had a cup of tea, and then a big truck and trailer unit came through and another couple of vehicles, so I thought, okay, I might wander down here for a little way just to see where it is closed off, or if we can or can't get through, or what the situation is. So it might get through to the campsites, it may not. If it doesn't, well, another part of the adventure, isn't it? First glimpse of the Mohaka River. Well, the bridge is still standing, that's great. You can see how it's come through though. This is just a little feeder stream. Man. got to look at a lot of this. We've got a lot of the reports of the stuff closer into town. And when you have a good look around, the farms don't look that bad, but when you really look closely, a lot of their infrastructure has been damaged or destroyed. And there's Glen Falls. Okay, well, this really ripped through, didn't it? On the bend, and we're going downstream. So this came through Glen Falls, is not looking good. Had a nice view ahead there, part of the Kaiwaka Range. Okay, now from this one-lane bridge onwards, I thought we had a metal road coming up very shortly where it all goes to metal, but we'll see. And today's verse comes from Psalms chapter 9 and verse 1, and that says, "I will give thanks and praise the Lord with all my heart. I will tell aloud all your wonders and marvellous deeds." Alright, so here's Jock Sutton Road. That drops you down into the river. There was some good fishing and camping down there back in the day. Whether it still is or not, I don't know, but I think when we come up here to camp, we'll have a few exploratories around the place. Okay, now this may be Mohaka Road, which takes you down to the Everett campsite. Go and see what the sign says. Well, that virtually puts it down to it then, doesn't it? Road closed to all vehicles. Now that might be down to Everetts, not to the little crossing. So, well, because there is a dangerous slip in there too. Has been there for quite a few years. It's been quite a while since I've been in here. Quite a few years. So it'd be interesting to see if it's changed much. I'm thinking right down below it might be a bit second hand if the what we've seen from the other stuff. A lot of silt probably in through it, but here we're just winding down the side of the ridge down to the Mohaka River. Jeff Everett camp up there. That's the Mesa Road. That takes you down into the valley down below, and that also takes you down into the river. Ooh, that's a bit towy just here. Let's see. I've got a vehicle through. Quite a bit of slippage there. There's a rabbit just gone across the track ahead of us. I don't think the GoPro would have picked that up. Right. And this looks about as far as we're going to go. So I'll just bring it across here. And leave it there. Well, that's where the road used to go. And there was a wee ford just about where that log is in the water down there. And that wee stream there, we walked up there a couple of times. Very pretty. But it's got its hurry on by the look of it, and there's a lot of water come through here to scour all that out. And the road used to just veer around here to the left and come down into this beautiful little campsite. And the stream's pretty much followed its old bed. Well, no, it hasn't. It's come around. It used to be over where that bank of silt is, and then go down and feed into the Mohaka. But it's just chewed sections and sections out. I see some tracks here. Someone's been in with a four-wheel drive. Had a bit of a look around. Reasonably firm underfoot. And there's the Mohaka River there. And these used to be just beautiful little glades. And the old thunder boxes over there. They won't be used or dug out anytime soon. So, be interesting to see what Doc does. Yeah, the track goes on further over, and I won't go over. It'll be pretty much a duplicate of this. So I wanted to know what the site was like. Well, I found out. There's the river going on down around the bend. That's devastating. And a lot of people have had a lot of good memories out here. It gives you an idea of the amount of water that came through, and this is just one watershed. It came through here, the cyclone came through here just a few hours before it got down to the coast. My daughter was not too far away from here actually. When it came through, she was trapped up for 2 or 3 days up on a farm stay. We went for a bit of glamping, and she certainly got her money's worth. Had the long trip out to Taupo, down and around, to get back to Hawke's Bay. But you imagine the amount of water. Like, I've got to be 15 metres, easily probably 15 metres above the surface of that river at the moment. And if you take that absolutely full and going absolutely nuts, gives you a bit of an idea. However, it is what it is, unfortunately. It'll come back. Nature always does. Right, here's the road up, and there's where we're leaving. Really sad, it's a real pity, but as I say, it'll recover, and good Lord willing, we'll be back here to camp again. Okay, now to climb our way up. Geographical features you can see down there, a lot of them have disappeared now when they've been washed away, eroded by the weather, but they were called the organs because they reminded people of a pipe organ, and that's the horseshoe. You can see there where it comes in on the right hand side over there, brings it all the way around and away. Okay, let's head back out for the main road. And here we are, pretty much back to the main road again. Well, that's been a very interesting afternoon. Yep, back to the main road. But disappointing to see the Everett camp like that, but to be expected really, the amount of water that floated out of Hawke's Bay after being dropped in there by Cyclone Gabrielle. So as I said in an earlier piece, that it'll come back. Nature always does, it heals itself, and it'll be there. It might not be for me. Hopefully I'd like to go back there and camp, but it may not be. Or just before I go, a big shout out to Peter and Elaine. They're on the Gold Coast, they live at Rurabina, and thanks for supporting the channel and keeping in touch. So it's nice to have a bit more of an Aussie connection. So thanks guys. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Don't forget to ride free, and of course, God bless.